So set your pricing once in ScooPilot and it prices every job for you automatically from here out. So that's the promise I make you in this for this video. By the end, you'll know exactly how to do it. And so that way your quotes, your invoices, even your AI voice agent are all pulling from the same numbers, and you never have to calculate pricing by hand again or just fill in a little matrix by yourself. If this is working for you guys, if you like it, tap the like button and let me know. So let's get into it. One thing to say that we were not prepared is sort of an understatement. We were really unprepared for the sheer volume and variety of pricing methods that operators use today. We started out as this is easy, and it quickly became one of the, if not the most complicated part of the whole system next to the route optimization engine. But it's the heart and soul of ScooPilot. It's important. It's beyond important. Your quotes, your visits, your billing, your invoicing, everything connects to this one menu. If you've been in the system, you've noticed that this has changed several times over the last 30 days or so. We tried out a lot of different ways, got feedback from you guys, came back, tried again, and now I think we've landed on what the best way to do this is. So we're going to show you what we've settled on and then how it works and what you can do. So from your dashboard, go to Get Paid right here and go down to Pricing. The first thing you see here is a question. How do you bill your clients? So do you bill at the start or end of every X number of visits, weeks, or months? Do you charge for each visit or a flat fee? So by far, and what took us by surprise, the most common setup we see is billing at the start of every month with a flat fee. It kills the objection of, why did I get charged for 5 visits last month, but only 4 visits this month, or vice versa? Well, it prevents you from having to explain, well, that's because there were 5 Tuesdays this month and there were only 4 Tuesdays last month. Flat fee just removes that argument. It makes the math easy for everyone. It makes it predictable for you as an operator. You know what your revenue is going to be every month because you know what you charge is the same every month for what your work is. So you're going to come in here and you're going to set up all these prices as every month. You noticed we had this originally set as at a per visit. So we're going to have to change this here to every month. We're going to get rid of these really quick and we'll come back to those in a minute. So let's just say if you're charging $24 a visit, that's roughly like $105 a month, I think. Yeah, $105 a month. So bi-weekly at $34 a visit would be like $78 a month, I think. Yep. I'm going to call it 75. There we go. Twice a week, if you want to be at $20 a visit, that's like $160 a month. I guess $170 a month. Yeah. So you can see right here, it tells you exactly how much per visit you are. So $172, close enough. And monthly is easy, right? Let's just leave it. If you want to leave it at $65 a month for one. Now, do you charge for extra dogs? You come down here. If you don't, toggle it off. If you do, you're going to charge for let's say every dog, starting at dog 2. You don't want to start at dog 1 because that'll charge them for the first dog. If you want to charge for every other dog, you would say charge for every 2 dogs. And then you're going to fill in your monthly charge again here. So if you're charging $5 for every 2 dogs for a month, you're going to charge about $22 for every dog for a month. If you want, you can charge a different rate based on the frequency. And if you think about it, it makes sense. The amount of extra poop you're picking up on a weekly visit is a little more if you're doing it bi-weekly. If you're doing it twice weekly, it's a little less. If you're doing it monthly, it's a lot more. So it does make some people do it that way. A lot of people actually do it that way. That was one of the surprises, and it made complete sense. So maybe we charge $28 for biweekly. Maybe we only charge $18 for monthly, and we charge $32, let's say, for twice a week at $18 and $32 for monthly. Now, if you want to make sure that your pricing is right, you come over here to the right, put in the number of dogs, and you see 1 and 2 dogs are the same. go up to 3 dogs, 22 extra weekly. All right, now yard size tiers. You can go by acres or square feet, by yard size or lot size. I go by acres and lot size because in my experience, homeowners are much more likely to know their lot size than their yard size. The standard lot size in the United States, and I think it's pretty close to this for Canada as well, is about 40% of the lot size is backyard. Again, there are exceptions to the rule, but that's a good rule of thumb if you just want to know off the top of your head and do it back of the napkin. So average, large, extra large, I have it set for us at a lot size. We do up to 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre, 3/4, and 1 acre. Anything over an acre is a call for quote. And you're going to make your surcharge here a monthly. So let's say 30, 40, 30, 50, and 75. And now you have the option of doing service tiers. And what we mean by service tiers are good, better, best, or, standard, premier, extra, or, whatever you want to call them. But what we mean in general is if you offer a tier where you give additional things included for a small additional fee, you're doing good, better, best, right? So maybe we do good, better, best here. We'll just keep them that named as that. And let's say you do spot treatment deodorizer on the better plan and you charge $125 a month. And you do full yard treatment on the best and you charge $150. And you adjust your pricing here as well, however you want to do it. Does this is what your choices here. And if not, if you want to, if you change your mind, you just delete it and take it away. No big deal. Once all of this is created, you come over here and hit apply to clients. Now, you can apply to all of your clients. You can apply to clients without a custom price. Maybe your first client was, you gave them a 20% lifetime, 20% off lifetime. Well, that's a custom price. You've entered that in. That's their price, and you don't want to overwrite it. Or maybe you just want to do new clients. For example, we had a client who changed their pricing because we didn't support. What they did was they had a tier of their per dog pricing where the more dogs you had, it was a little bit less when you got to a certain level. That's not a pricing that we can support, and it's not a model we want to support because, at least in my opinion, and he agreed with me, it increased friction because now it's a question, right? Why is it less when I have more dogs than, why is it $5 less a month when it's $6 rather than $5 or something? Anytime your client has a question, that's friction. So make it as easy as possible and predictable for everyone. In this case, let's just say we're just going to do this for new clients. We're just going to say, okay, just the new people are going to have this new pricing. And that's what he did. All of his old clients kept their old pricing. All his new clients got the new pricing. Okay, first time cleanup. Lots of different ways to do it. Fixed rate, hourly rate, per 5-gallon bucket. My vote, and this is, I believe Erica Kruppen was the one who brought this method up to me, not me personally, in one of her videos, but I saw it and I immediately agreed with it, is that per 5-gallon bucket is the only method that incentivizes you and the customer in the same direction. End of all the poop, you get paid the more poop, you get paid more the more poop you take out of the yard. Therefore, your needs and their needs are aligned. Fixed rate leaves you open to getting screwed, or makes it so that you have to have an uncomfortable conversation with a client where you told them it was going to be $50 to do their yard, and you get there and it's going to be 10 bags worth of poop, and you're going to have to charge them $50 or lose the client. Hourly rate incentivizes, for lack of a better word, lollygagging. If I'm getting paid the longer that I'm going to be in that yard, what's my incentive to leave the yard at all, right? So in my opinion, per 5-gallon bucket is the one that incentivizes everyone at the same level. We charge 65 and then 25 for each additional. Other people charge other things. It's just what we do. So some people will not use any of this pricing at all. They're going to just do custom packages. And oh, by the way, don't forget to save the pricing. That would be bad. So you can have custom packages, which we'll get to in just a second here. Custom packages are like, one thing we do is we offer what we call a PooPass, where you pay an upfront fee, and I believe it's like $900 or $1,000, and we clean your yard for the entire year. Some people may do a gift card package or something like that, right? Where you're going to say maybe do 5 visits for the price of 4, something like that. You can add whatever package you want in here, change it to what it is. If you're doing something like the PooPass, you're going to make it a one-time, and you put your package price up here. Oops. And and you'll be able to then save that as a package, and it's available for someone to choose if they come in if you add packages to the sign-up widget. You can also add other services. These base services here are just derived from your pricing matrix up here. That's all that is. But you may want to add something like bucket service, where you give someone a 5-gallon bucket, you come in and grab the bucket every week and replace it with a new bag and take the poop away, and they don't have to get rid of it. That's something a lot of people add, and it's great, highly good, highly profitable, high margin service. You can add specific one-time cleaning if you're doing some sort of a special or something. You can add those in here. You can put add-ons on for deodorizing, waste takeaway, decks, however you want to do it. When you add a service here, name it. You're going to add it. Is it a recurring, a one-time, or an add-on service? How are you going to bill it? Visit, week, month, flat rate, or one time. Put in your price, and then you'll add the service. Now, the cost model moved over here into pricing. It's right on here. So all of your overhead costs and everything that feed the rest of the financial aspects of the system are all in here. And again, the more accurately you fill this information in, the more accurately all of your reports are later on. So that's the full pricing menu. If you see something missing, want any more detail, drop a note in the comments or email me directly at info@ScoopPilot.com. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much.